Welcome to Alumni Talk of the Month. Now, Alumni Talk of the Month is being organized under Urban MLAC Alumni Association. Now, our Urban MLAC Alumni Association is a registered body, and this Alumni Association, Urban is mainly meant to for the alumni of MLAC as well as
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible to all? Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sunita Srinath. I'm a research scholar uh, pursuing my PhD in Kyunghee University. I'm doing my research on pharmacology and hearing loss. Okay, I would like to thank all the faculties to give me such an opportunity. Thank you all, and we will start the talk now. Okay. This talk is about my research journey, and I would like to share few career guidance to you so that you can take some inputs and continue for your career. Um, I completed my master's in the year 2016, and it took 6 long years for me to restart my career due to family circumstances. And now in 2022, I restarted my career and I'm pursuing PhD. Okay, I'll just share my research journey and how I entered into it so that it can help you all to plan and to get into it. Okay. What do you mostly need before you start research? The most first thing is planning. You need to first select a research approach of your interest. There are many wide options, and it's based on individual's interest. So you need to be clear on your interest. What do you want to do? So select a research approach. Just focus on the type, on the topic of the research, what you want to do, and try to achieve the purpose of it. Get as much as information possible. You before starting the research or entering into it, you need to collect the informations. You need to collect the resources, find the resources where you can get the information, and review the literatures. There are many literatures, review papers for each topic. You can find many literature papers. Just read all the literature papers, try to review the paper, try to review the literature, improve your knowledge on your topic, try to gain new things, try to find new things what you can add on your research. Then figure out the theoretical position. The theoretical position here is the structural framework or the idea of your research. Try to figure out what you want to do and what exactly you can. There are many references. Out of reference, you can take the references and try to solve what you want, or and try to develop the idea. The next is, like, as I said, how you need to review the literature. So first step in reviewing the literature is you have to read and review on the topic and find out what's the problem and try to solve the problem. You yourself need to write a rough draft, a review. When you write your review, when you write a review on your research work, you get many ideas in what you can add to your research, and how you can how to put in a proper writing review helps you to get more knowledge. It's a rough draft. Writing as much as review about your research helps you to give a proper idea. It gives a proper idea, and just articulate, assess yourself where you stand with with the respect of your problem or your research topic, so that when you find what is the problem, you can try to solve by writing the review. The key steps for the research is you need to know what is the purpose of the research. For example, if you take my research is does mainly focus on the hearing loss, and with the correlation of pharmacology. What we do is we try to develop discover drug from a natural product for the hearing loss and diabetes. You need to know what is the exact purpose of your research. It's just an example that like that. And objectives, research objectives. What are the research objectives? What are the basics? What basics you need to know to start your research? For every new research, you have to do some preparatory works. You need to know the basics of the of your research topic. So try to find out the basics, do the preparatory works, learn the basics. Always the basic will have a strong foundation. The basic will help you to do the to further develop your research. Then you need to know what sample will help you the most to meet your objective. And also also need to know how can you get access for the subjects or for the participants. If you're doing clinical trials, you need to know how can you be access to the participants. And if you're doing with an animal subjects, you need you all these comes on when all these things can be solved only when you read the literatures, a review paper, a more and more review paper, and write a rough draft of review on your own. Then you can get an idea how to go further. Now, what are the research tools and how to select your research tool and how to design? What I did was I've just mentioned here the library and its resources. You can find plenty of information in the library. You can use that, the computers and its softwares. Obviously, when you do an experiment or anything, it is related to technology, it is related to computer and its application. So you need to know, you need to get information from that, and you need to know what application works on it. And techniques and measurements. What are the techniques involved in your research topic? As I said, if you take a research, a few techniques will be the constant basic techniques. Only through those basic techniques you can further go to your research to further develop your research. So you need to know what are the techniques, what are the measurements of those. And all the research has few statistics. Research projects have statistics. You need to know what are those statistics. And obviously the human mind, you can go to your mentor, speak to your mentor, develop more knowledge about your topic and language. Okay. After all these things, you need to question yourself. What are the question you want to you need to question yourself, that should you describe or should you understand something more. You need to evaluate what should be evaluated, how can I take this further, the evaluation process. And figure out if how one behavior, here the one behavior refers to the components, the products that you use in your research. If at all you use two different components or two different products, how does that affect with each other, or how does that correlate with each other, and whether it solves your problem or it gives a problem, and how to solve, if at all it gives a problem, what is the behavior. First you need to study the behavior, then try to mix it up. So these are the things I try to do when I wanted to get a step into the research, and I am still doing it. Hopefully you also, I wish you also do it. And coming to career and career development. So as everyone know, career, it's the progress throughout one's individual life. After your final year studies, you need to choose a career. What should I do? So you need to be clear by now what you want to do. And career development, the ongoing process, the gaining knowledge, and which improves skill that will help you to be successful. So I'll give you some career guidances, how you can get used to the foreign university. First is career choices. How can you choose a career? You can choose a career through planning, through interest, through goals, through your skills, through preparation, and through education. And these are the key steps to crack the foreign universities. First, look for the professors. As I said, first, you have to be clear on your topic of research. Choose one topic, choose a field, try to read all the review papers, try to find out a professor. Look for the professor who has the recent publications of your interest. And then look for the professor's total citations. That is, the citations involved in your field of interest. The number of citations, terms that, hey, the more reference. So check the number of publications the professor produces each year. Each professor has a different number of publications. It depends on one's individual interest. If you want to be more into research and publish more papers, you need to select such a professor that who publishes about 10 papers in a year, or few professors publish with less than 10 papers. But you can have time, learn more basics about it, work on it, and the quality of the product, the quality of the research will be good. So you need to choose, you need to check, for all these things you need to read, you need to read the professor's profile, you need to check the number of papers, you need to read one or two papers of the professor to understand if he is doing projects on your interest. Then you can choose your professor and then apply to it. Thank you all. Hope you all got some information, and now it's open to questions. Anyone can ask questions. We can have a question and answer session. If anyone has any question, please feel free to ask. Am I audible? Yes, you're audible, Afshan. Yes, I unmuted. Okay. Um, I will discuss about the scholarships, what it's been in Korea. Okay, here in Korea, you can get scholarship for masters itself, and it's called as President Scholarship. Once you've been selected by the professor of the particular university, you and if you apply and if you give an application, if you submit your application and then have been selected, and you will be provided with a President Scholarship where all the funds will be taken care of the Korean government. And there is also a program called Master Combined PhD in Korea. You can continue you can start with your masters, and it's like an integrated program, and continue your PhD, finish your PhD, and submit the thesis for. But your thesis will be submitted separately for both masters and PhD. You'll be given the degree separately for both, but it will be integrated program under the same professor and the same topic. Okay, again, it depends on individual's interest. If you're keen into higher studies, higher education, if we are passionate in your research work, if you're passionate towards research, you have to go for further education. Yeah, jobs is also uh, better, but it's good to have a higher education. And we, since the science background has a vast variety of options, yes, you can do it. And at last it depends on person's and individual's interest. Okay, the duration of master's program in Korea is for 2 years, and you'll be given the scholarship and you'll be paid a stipend. It's as PhD. Uh, yes, if you have keen interest towards your research and your higher education, you can uh, you can pursue your masters outside uh, India. Again, depends on the circumstances, depends on individuals' interest. Even in India, we have many options, more wide options. Uh, so it depends on the individual interest. Okay, advantages of doing masters outside. You, the advantages is you will what I felt is you will be explored to many, and you'll be more explored here. The way of culture, the work culture is entirely different what I've seen from India. You cannot give an excuse, or you cannot, it's when it comes to work, it has to be done, and that is a rule, and no excuses. But at that time, it may be an obstacle for us, but when we get through it and when we reach the end, yes, we would have explored more. And also it is an advantage for your career.
So more number of registrations I am going to expect this year, and the more you register, the more benefit you can take it from the institution. So whatever help as a present student or as an alumni you can expect from MLAB. Okay, so thank you all, and see that you enroll in large numbers as alumni of MLAB. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those inspiring words. Now I request Professor Shamisha Datta ma'am to speak a few words.
Good afternoon, viewers. Very pleasing to see you and listening to the alumni here who has shared her experience. Let me tell you, I'm also an alumni of this college. And I always feel proud to say that. Because there's a lot of things you can come back to the college and contribute. Be it a UG student or PG, you should always have that gratitude. You should always have that gratitude that whatever you are getting, see, these are the values we should learn. And as you grow old, as you become more and more mature, you will understand this. So, when you are in your final year, now that you are in final year, PG students and the UG students of 6th sem, when you leave the college, definitely you will remember the college days. You might get back to your jobs, you take up some jobs, or you go to other colleges or somewhere. But you will still stay connected with your friends, right? Similarly, stay connected with the college. Because college, as a you have to give back to your alma mater. That's very important. So have that gratitude towards the institution, whichever way, small way you can contribute, do it that way. Doesn't matter, it should be financial all the time. We are not expecting financial help, but whichever way you can contribute, come forward to help the institution and feel proud of that you are part of the institution and you are able to do it. MLAB is already made a place, and it is not just here, it is international also. We have many alumni who are staying abroad and they are contributing to the college in various aspects. Similarly, you all also can do it. So first and foremost thing what you need to do is do registration. You need to be registered, and you know that our college has a registered alumni association. That itself is one thing. Very few colleges have that. So our association, ARPAN, is registered body, and whatever you are registering will be your, you can have a lifetime membership, as well as Principal Madam has already told you, you can take help of the college facilities, you can stay associated with the placement cell, where you need a job, the placement coordinator will help you be placed. At the same time, we have a very good PG library, UG library. So when you come back, you can also utilize the library facilities of the college. So it is not just as a student, but as an alumni also you can come back while you are registered. So girls, take this as a first step and make sure that you register just before you leave the college. Girls, all the best for your future, and I also wish Ms. Sunita best wishes for her future endeavor. Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you, Shanisha. Thank you, Shanisha, for this inspiring words to all our students and alumni. So now it's the end of the show, and I'm going to give a great load of thanks to our organizing team. So behind the success of this program, there is a team who have come down with all their efforts in bringing down this program to success. So I would like to thank our technical team, Akshan and Alumni ma'am. So please give them a big hand, girls. Yes, and they are all our alumni. So the names, whatever I'm listing out in the organizing team, they are all our alumni. So we have our invitation team, Ms. Usha ma'am from Biochemistry Department and Ms. Kema from Zoology Department. Please give them a big hand. And getting certificates, e-certificates. So those e-certificates are designed by Ms. Archana Prita from Biotech Department. So please give them a big hand. And a great note of thanks to our beloved principal, Nagalakshmi ma'am and Shanisha ma'am. A great thankfulness to you for attending this talk, ma'am. So please give them a big hand. And last but not the least, so our speaker, so Ms. Sunita Srinath, who has taken her time to give her, to share her experience to you. And she's also willing to help you out in pursuing research and career. So any kind of guidance. So you can mail her or you can contact her through WhatsApp. So thank you, Sunita, for making this day a great day for our science stream students. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and a bunch full of thanks to our final year UG and PG students. So, thank you. The program concludes here. Now you have to attend classes from 3:15. So you can go back to your classes or as per your schedule, the classes will resume. Thank you.